Hello, I'm O Speaks. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share. Um, Today I'm going to talk. Well, let me just give you the title. The title of today's live is: Did Raja Jackson go on a rampage to unalive Syko Stew, or was this incident a wrestling work or story? What's going on, Miss Just J? What's going on, Lou? What's going on, Frank? How you guys doing today? I've been watching wrestling since the '80s. I would consider myself a smart mark, and you can usually tell when something's a work or a story or part of the storyline that they're running. Almost always you can tell, especially if you've been watching as long as I've been watching. I even stuck through the bad years, the bad eras where wrestling was almost unbearable. There were quite a few years like that under Vince McMahon after the Attitude Era. I still watched religiously SmackDown, Raw, every pay-per-view. Even if it was to complain to a friend of mine about how bad the product is, we still watched it front to back. Never missed these events. I've been to a dozen house shows at least. I've been through a few Raw shows. I've been to a few SmackDown shows. Mainly watch WWE. I'm not a big fan of AEW. I used to watch TNA when it first came out. Haven't watched it recently. There's too much wrestling programs now to keep up with. I don't watch all the indie stuff, especially. Indie wrestling can get crazy, and that's what today's story is about. Quinton Rampage Jackson is a legend in MMA. Fought over in Pride, fought in the UFC. I think he went over to Bellator. I don't know if it was Bellator. Pretty sure it was Bellator. Was it Bellator? Whoever the last promotion is that was competing, not against UFC, but alongside. He fought there. He fought Chael Sonnen in that promotion, and he fought in a heavyweight Grand Prix. Anyway, really, 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 really tough guy. Always known as being a tough guy. Nobody questions his toughness. He's fought some of the all-time greats, and he's even fought the greatest, and John Jones. His son is in MMA. He's an up-and-coming MMA fighter. And I'm going to go right into the video. I think I put together a pretty good timeline of the incident that happened that now has people calling for his arrest and charges. And there's even a petition out there for the LAPD to lock this guy up. And the question is why? And the question is also, why haven't they? And I think I'm not one of the people who jump right out into stories. So I like to watch and see what's going on. This kind of stalled at investigation, and I don't understand why. So there must be something that we don't know. So again, I'm gonna go right into this video. I have a presentation. Like I said, I got a pretty good timeline here. And for people who don't watch wrestling at all, I'll stop it and try to explain some of the verbiage that you might hear because there's just different verbiage that wrestlers use, and if you don't really watch, you won't understand what they're saying, or you may understand what they're saying, but you won't understand the context of what they're saying. So, with that said,
I hate this dude. Worse.
So that's Raja in the white T-shirt. This guy over here, what's his name? AJ Mana, I believe his name is, and he's introducing him to this wrestling organization. There's a bunch of wrestlers out back. This would be like their locker room, essentially. What's going on, Roy Lee?
Nice to meet you, bro. Nah, you're my favorite wrestler here. Fuck him. You're the coolest.
Bro, I feel it.
Yeah. He's the coolest.
Yeah. Remembers El Prez whooping my ass when I first started out.
Yeah, I remember that. You're my favorite wrestler because of.
So AJ Mana is the guy who brought Rampage to this event, and he's the one who's introducing him to all the guys backstage.
Because of that. You beat the fuck out of him. Yeah. Where's the real McKill at? Where's he at?
You don't need to worry about him. You need to be worried about Syko Stew.
Syko Stew?
All right. So this is the person that is a major part of this story, potentially the deciding factor in this story. Named Syko Stew, as he just said, as you're looking at right here. Him as well as AJ Mana are military veterans. This guy's a military veteran. He said he got into pro wrestling to deal with his PTSD, and that's just a little bit of background on him. So we have Raja, who is Rampage Jackson's son, being introduced to all these guys. You heard him say who one of the guys is his favorite wrestler. He's looking for another one. This guy just now said, "You don't have to worry about them or forget about them. I'm Syko Stu." All right.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't sell it?
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking
Bro.
worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry, bro.
All right. So you notice the first couple of things he said was, "Oh, you're not going to sell it." All he's asking him is, so in wrestling, if somebody throws a punch, you're supposed to react to it, and that's called a sell. If you don't react to it, you get accused of no selling, and that's not a good thing because it hurts you and it hurts the person who supposedly threw the punch. He just hit him in the head with a can, and Raja no sold it, which again, in the wrestling world, that's offensive to the guy who did it because you're not putting him over. You're not selling his character as believable. You're taking away his credibility. So that's what that is. When he said you're not going to sell it, he's annoyed. And Raja obviously is annoyed because he just got hit in the head with a can. And you heard somebody grab Syko's arm saying he's not a worker. What a worker is obviously is somebody who works within the industry. So they're telling him, hey, he's not one of us.
I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him up,
I
bro.
know you will. So I got you.
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you. You good. Apologize for that, man. We can fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Grace.
All right, so I'm going to go back just a little bit. How you doing, KMC? I'm going to go back just a little bit because this kid's a professional fighter. Anybody who's ever been in a fight, more than one fight, when somebody is in front of you in a threatening manner and they reach and pick up something, you're not just going to stand there and take it. Right? You're automatically you're looking at their hand to see what they're doing, and you're going to react. This is such an interesting story, which is why I wanted to do live, but I didn't want to do it without any information and just be throwing stuff out there. So Roy Lee says, the only defense I would give Raja is he's clearly never been a wrestler, so I'm surprised he didn't know to sell it. Yes. What's going on, John? I agree, 100%. Or did he? In this industry, there are a lot of stories being told. And what we're just looking at here is whether or not this is real. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I happen to believe a lot of it is, and I happen to believe some of it is not. Based on what I've heard people say, and I'm going to present it all, so I'm not just guessing and I'm not just, giving my opinions. This opinion right here is based on the fact that he didn't even move when this guy went and grabbed something and came towards his face. As a fighter, how do you not react to that? He just stood there and let a man hit him in the head. I don't believe that. So I believe this right here is part of the work. It's part of the, we'll just say, show. They're clearly trying to build towards something. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, I could be wrong. But I just don't understand how a man who is a fighter does not react to another man reaching back, grabbing something, touching his head, and then hitting him with it. Maybe he didn't think he was going to hit him that hard. I don't know. I really don't. But this does not seem right already. I question what's going on.
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro.
He's looking him dead in his face.
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, I missed the part. Wait, hold on. You're not gonna just let a dude hit you in the head. Like I don't understand that. You have to react to that, especially a professional. He's an MMA fighter now.
Yeah.
He reached down, touched his head, and then hit him. I find that hard to believe. Could it have happened that way? Yes. Maybe he didn't know what was going on, but I don't buy that. Right there, I don't buy that. You got to react. You have to react. Even if you don't think the guy is intimidating at all, or you're not worried about him at all, you still have to react to something like that. In my opinion, again, I could be wrong. I've never had somebody reach, grab something, touch my head, and then hit me with something else with the other hand. I just haven't.
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
And then you see the promoter. This guy on the side is a promoter. He's smiling right here. He didn't jump up and say, whoa, he's not a worker. He didn't do that. He's smiling. He's still smiling after all this happens. So that means either he knew that was going to happen, or he's just, I don't know, drunk? I have no idea. How you doing, Miss Baker? I have no idea why he's smiling here. If he knows this guy's not a worker, this guy is, and this guy just now hit him. Lou, exactly. You're not just gonna hit my or touch my head. Like what are we doing? You're not gonna, little boy. First of all, you're not gonna pat me on the head. So there's really nothing else you're gonna be able to do. You're especially not gonna be able to hit me with an object that you grab while I'm watching you grab it. This is all. None of this to me seems natural, which is why originally I thought this whole thing was a work. I've changed my opinion, and you'll see why. Because I put together, like I said, pretty good chronological presentation here.
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on.
So now the guy who is his supposed friend just was like, hey, he's not a worker. Grabbed his arm where you should, so he can't do anything else. And he's separating, but the other guy's still smiling. And that's weird to me. Unless he's just seeing potential. He is the promoter and I think the owner as well, but it's still kind of weird.
I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck him
about
up,
that.
bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him up,
I
bro.
know you will. So I got you.
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you.
And the guy, again, who's got Roger's arm right now is saying, I got you, Oos, which is just saying like brother. And he's the promoter / owner. I believe he's the owner, but he's definitely the promoter of this organization.
Good. Apologize for that, man. Fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Where is he? Sawadee. Good, Oos.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
Oh, so still poquito. Come el pie. I don't know why. Sorry about that, Oos. He always think that we're working over here like it's part of the fucking storyline.
Just hit one. What kind of homo thug shit?
Khalil Rampage. That's how we
No, bro.
Go ahead, Stu.
All right, so Stu's already attempting to apologize, and you hear the guy saying he thinks we're always working, which wrestlers up until the last 3-4 years always on in public, always, very very rarely. And then if you see a wrestler who's not working, who's not playing the character, they're in an interview in a controlled setting, and even then you don't know when they're being serious and when they're not. What's going on, Henry? How you doing, sir? KMC, yeah, this was right before a wrestling event. So there's the first apology attempt.
Because he always think it's a work, Oos.
Yo, he's already hot, bro.
Good? I know what you're
Oh, on the left side.
Stu. Now, dude. There you go.
Oh, can you put that down, please? Like, seriously.
No. That's for me.
I know it's for you, but we're trying to solve something right now. Like, we don't want no heat. We don't want no problem.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool now, but you know what I'm saying?
We just want to make sure everything's okay. He knows he.
So they are surrounding him as if they know this could go somewhere else. Oh, yes, Henry. You could tell. Now, the can be fake, and he still did it without Raja knowing, expecting him to sell it because he sees cameras. So he may be assuming this is all a work. This is all part of the build-up, the promo. So there's still that possibility. Either way, the security seems to be taking it a little bit more seriously because they may not be in on the work. They may not know what's going on, and they're just being cautious. What shows me that they do have security, that the security is aware of what's going on. Later on here, we're going to ask where that was, and I'm going to ask where that was at least, and try to understand how what's going to happen happens.
Fucked up. He's trying to apologize and stuff.
Yeah, you think it's part of the, you know.
We just don't want no problem. You know, if we are apologizing, we're sorry for what happened.
I appreciate that.
Let me draw mine on real quick. I get the sweat.
So now that somebody else apologizing, I believe it's the security person. Raja's friend, yes, correct. They're still streaming. They're still recording. I don't know if they're streaming, but they're recording here. So we have this situation that appears to be real, but some things have already happened that put it in question. And I think this is why everyone's so divided on this. Literally petitions out there to arrest this man like yesterday. All this happened over yesterday and the day before, the night before.
That's some real shit.
Oh, you got
pauses. Get out of hand sometimes with working this stuff, pro wrestling stuff. So, he is very simple. So I understand where you're coming from. I'm a little hot right now, so let's go ahead.
You know what's
chill.
a good thing about this? Now I can make it something. Because I'm going to have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. You already said, you know what's good about this? We can make something out of this. I can have you do a run-in and F him up. Raja's not a wrestler. I don't even know if he understands what they're saying, but I guarantee he heard what he just said.
For that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. Talk to the president.
Yeah, if you can do that for me, I'll be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have him run in on your shit in your match to fucking seal that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out.
Yeah, as long as I can do that. Yeah.
It's all gonna work out.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now they just came to an agreement. You can come in, you can get this back. Now he's like, oh, okay, cool, we good. Now he'll shake his hand. Because now he's like, oh, as long as I can get my get back for what he just did, I'm good. And this fool, the Samoan dude, says, you know what I'm saying. You got to be careful when you're talking to somebody who doesn't fully understand what everyone's doing around him. If he doesn't watch wrestling, he does not understand the words that these guys are using. And they could easily be mistaken for something else.
I got you.
What's your name again?
Raja.
What's that?
Raja.
Raja?
Mm-hmm.
Joe, man. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Hey, set it up where who's gonna come in and put him down.
I'm straight. No, you good, bro.
Set it up with Oos. Set it up with the brother. You can come in and put him down. Well, why? If he doesn't know what they're talking about, why are you talking to him like this? This should be really clear. And this is the problem with a lot of indies, independent wrestling organizations. You'll see them being held in a high school gym with 20 people there. And these guys are nearly unaliving themselves for those fans. They're really, really into this stuff. And it looks like this is just a lot of carelessness and misunderstandings that are already happening. And we haven't even begun to find out what's going on in this story.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah. Right on, those. Os. Make sure he get it.
I apologize. I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were camera.
I get it.
We're gonna work it out where he gonna come out on your match. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
know what I'm saying, Os? We're always working. So we'll set it up. I'll have him come out during your match so we could fucking seal the whole thing and we'll make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Well, now you just involved fucking Rampage himself because that's his boy.
No, he can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle myself. Yeah, I can handle myself.
That thing's gonna come whoop your ass.
You don't need his dad. He handle his own shit.
Yeah, I got my own shit.
So now they're little boying him without understanding he's not a wrestler. So dude said, "Hey, I apologize, man. I saw the cameras. I thought we were working." He said, "Oh, no. I'm good now. I was just told I can get you back." You're talking to a street dude. I don't know. You won't call him street dude, but you're talking to a normal non-wrestling dude, and you're saying a lot of things that sound like something else. And when he just said, "I don't need my father. I can handle myself." Okay, now he's got something to prove. And to top all that off, he's in front of cameras nonstop. This is what they're doing. They stream on Kick. Him and his father are doing really well. Well, they were doing really well on Kick. This is serious. When you have an ego of a young man, and you add to that the potential for embarrassment, which possibly just happened. I don't know if it was a work. I don't know if that was real. You have that embarrassment factor. Now you have a chat that can charge you up. And that can be a recipe for disaster. Unfortunately, this is going to turn into a disaster. Maybe.
Yeah. You run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
That's the same dude, AJ Mana. Tell him to give him his receipt. A receipt in wrestling is somebody hits you a little too stiff, too hard. You're now allowed to hit him back. You're supposed to meet him with the same force that he hit you with, and that's called a receipt. You're just paying him back. Hey, you really hurt me. You're not supposed to do this. We all saw this with Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. They had a wrestling match, and Braun Strowman was really new to wrestling, and he was too excited. And you could hear Brock Lesnar in the ring saying, "Slow down." And Strowman hit him for real, and then Brock hit him pretty good, right in the jaw. Settled Braun down, and then they were able to have the match, and all is good. These are people who can legitimately hurt each other. And Brock was literally saying, "Hey, slow down," and you could hear him say, "Slow down," and boop. And he slowed down, and the match went on. But this guy's telling him, "Go on, get your receipt." He's hyping him up. And I don't understand this. I see you, Roy Lee. We got this. We're gonna get there.
It didn't even hurt. It just.
So now we're ringside. Problem is he's talking to his chat. I want you guys to hear how many times his chat is hyping him up. And anybody who ever gets a chat, it's very easy to get distracted by the chat. You see content creators, that happens all the time, where they're doing this, and then next thing you know, they're yelling at the chat. This is what we're about to watch with Raja and his chat.
Pissed me off. And shit pissed me off. And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring and get it, Dad. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
So somebody called him a fake crash out. He said, "Oh, you about to see how fake this is." He even said, "I don't even know what I'm gonna do." But the chat is building him up. They're hyping him up. They're provoking literally. They're provoking violence. You ain't gonna do nothing. You just got punked. And the chat's never gonna stop. That's what chats do. When you're in that kind of atmosphere, that's what chats do.
It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today. Am I really gonna fight him? Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. I don't believe in me getting disrespected too. I'm too nice. Bet. That shit was not staged. I'm telling you that right now. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. 50 subs to knock him out.
Do you hear how they're riling this man up? This is dangerous. This is a really combustible situation here. And yes, all over a pop can, this can be premeditated, depending on where this investigation goes. Here is Roy Lee. Wait, did he just say his dad said something? No, he said, "My father can't do anything." So they're probably saying, "What are you going to do? Get your dad?" You know how chats are. That's what they do. And Rampage was definitely shocked. You're going to see that. I have all those videos. All of those videos. So you're going to see that's a legitimate reaction. I know, well, it's kind of hard to say, but Rampage isn't a worker. He's pretty easy to read. When he's mad, you know he's mad. When he's joking, you know he's joking. There's no in between with that guy. He's one of the few MMA guys who outside of the ring can joke around and be really cool. But then again, we've seen him when he was working in the house. We've seen him flip and destroy a door. Like, he can go over the top real quick. But he's pretty mellow dude. He gives warnings before he does anything dumb. And there's no reason other than a chat person telling him, what are you going to do? Get your dad for him to say anything. Yeah, Mr. Bob. Poor door. Man, he tore that door up like it was paper. People thought it was fake and set up. It wasn't. He was mad, and that's what happened. There's a reason he's called Rampage. But look at this kid getting hyped up.
If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Hey, you're right, Joe. I gotta show him some form of respect. Then they don't train no goddamn martial arts. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. What should I do, chat? Should I pick him up? Should I slam him first or hit him? W, if I should slam him first, I'm not fucking around. You don't think I can do it, Miggy? Bet. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Fuck this dude. Oh, you think he's stronger than me? All right, Suave, watch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Suave. I bet you wouldn't be talking like this if you was in front of me, nigga. Chat, watch what I do to him. Tony, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, Tony.
All right. So you guys just heard the build up. He was clearly getting built up by the chat to do something dumb. Now, the real question is this part of a work? Is he working his audience, cross-promoting with the wrestling to hype this up? We're about to find out that there's definitely a disconnect. But up to this point, was there a disconnect, or was this all part of their plan, their story? Can't tell. But again, I have enough video here that we should be able to come to a conclusion by the end of this. But with wrestling, especially in the indies, it can be hard to tell. So I had to blur some of this out because it gets so brutal, and YouTube does not like that. So I'm gonna play this, and that's what the blurring is. I'm not just doing that just to do it. This video would get pulled. You on YouTube, you should not see the real video anywhere. If you do it, they just haven't pulled it yet. X, Twitter, you'll definitely see the video, and it's brutal. It's brutal. I don't play all of the hits, and I kind of slow it down. So that's what the sound is going to be weird right here. But this is the whole interaction. So now he's about to get in the ring. Before we even go, no one stopped him. In a normal wrestling world situation, if there's a fan run-in, referee's going to be on him. That other wrestler, no matter what's going on, is going to get right back up. They're going to jump on this dude. They're not going to let this happen. They're not going to let this happen. But this is the Indies. This isn't WWE where they would be all over him. I mean, they'd be all over. There's no way. You'll get to touch him, but then you're going to get stomped out really, really bad. So he's shooting for the double legs, and that's a vulnerable position for the guy getting grabbed. And he doesn't come down the right way, and he looks like he gets hurt immediately. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, there was actually 20 in there. When I slowed it down, I forgot that it'll stretch out your video. So there's actually 20 or 22. Thank you. Then all these dudes come running in. There's going to be a part here where you hear somebody say that he was allowed to do this until somebody pulls him off of him. I don't know if that's true. I don't. I just know that was brutal. What's going on, Ant? That was brutal. And even by indie standards, there's no way that that man allowed him to hit him like that. I don't believe it. There's stiff punches, which is like you really do contact, and then there's worker punches where you're really barely, if at all, touching them, and then there's punches. If you've ever gotten into a fight and had somebody on the ground, you're taught not to punch straight down because you can hit your knuckles on the ground and actually hurt your own hands. So you go side to side. That's what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was making sure he did not hit the ground at all with his fists. He was swinging side to side, all crosses, right across the face. There's no working there. And yes, Lou, because he landed off a little bit to the side, this guy, he's not a wrestler. He doesn't know you had to land him flat on his back. He already was kind of knocked out from that. And that happens all the time, but you don't also get punched behind it. And that's where it really, really got ugly. So now the dudes are jumping in. This dude right here with the black shorts on his knees ends up saving this guy's life potentially. I don't know. We're going to hear from him later on, though. Even with that little, whatever that was, half a, I don't know what you call that. It got Raja off of him, but watch, he's really appears to be trying to fight this situation. And this is really, really bad for all of indie wrestling, because indie wrestling is where there's really no holds barred. Like, they get away with stuff. I've never understood how they get away with as much as they do. That was kind of, but it was in a more like a bulldog RKO. 25 in wrestling is a kid, but no, yeah, you're right, correct. 25, he's a man. He's a grown man. He is a grown man, but for wrestling, he's considered a kid. So now this dude and the other dude are trying to pull him back.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man.
He shot for a double on the other dude. Like, he wanted to take him down. I don't understand this. So now it's clearly real. Or what I would say, this, after he started hitting him, as soon as he got in that ring, maybe even as soon as he got off with the chat, that's when it became real to me. That's when it looks real to me. Because he slammed him. First punch looked, I mean, I guess the first punch could have been a work because his forearm hit the ground. But everything else is as real as it gets. It doesn't get more real. You don't hit people the way he was hitting them and for it to be not real. So he's grabbing the wrestler and gets double underhooks, which is really bad. Double underhooks just means you have two arms under both of their arms, and your elbow here is going to be underneath their armpit. And you hold them, you have so much control over a person if you can get that. Will, this is Rampage Jackson's son, and he just got through punching a guy for real 22 times, I think John said 22 times in the face, legit. And it looked like it was part of a show, and then it just went really, really bad, really, really fast. So now he's got double underhooks. That's a bad situation. This he's a pretty good wrestler, because the only thing you can do is what he's doing, which is lock up his arms like this and hold and try to squeeze him into you. Even that typically is going to result with you on your back. So he's doing a really good job. And if not for the ropes, he would have probably already been taken down. But I was actually impressed. No, he didn't whizzer. He's got to get his hand under. Unless you're talking about Raja. The other dude's got to get his hand under and whizzer. But that's double underhooks. Both of his arms are caught. See? You can see the other one right there. He was in a bad situation. So this weird screeching sound starts happening. So the sound's gonna be turned down in a second. It was really screeching. It seems like they did that on purpose so that we didn't know what was being said. It was a really weird screeching. But when I was looking at the audio on the equalizer, it was the same screeching over and over and over, which tells me they did that on purpose. How you doing, Sheriff Claire? So they didn't want somebody to have this audio. I don't know why they would do that, but the police are they're gonna find out what really happened here. So we'll see. At this point, I don't understand what he's fighting. I don't understand what this fight. It could have been his microphone. So the reason why I don't think it is because it was the same sound over and over and over like a 3-4 second thing. It was like, and it was like really weird. Again, it could be that because I did see it in other videos. This one, I was just like, okay, this was the clearest one of what was going on. I don't know why he's still fighting all these dudes. I don't know if he thinks this is still part of the show, which I doubt. It seems weird that you would attempt to brutally unalive somebody and then be acting as if they were still part of the show. Very, very strange. There was definitely screaming. There was a kid or a woman screaming, and yeah, there was definitely other noises going on, but the screeching one was really, really bad. It was a very loud, high-pitched screech. So they're finally calming him down. What's going on, Mel? I don't understand why they still have to do this. Like, it's like he's snapping out of this zone or whatever that was supposed to be. It was very, very, very strange. I don't know why he needed to be calmed down as if he was the one who was just attacked. That noise was unbearable. So you see what I was saying about Indies. There's not even that many people there. But now I don't know about this particular promotion. I know it's out of LA, Sun Valley. That's over by Tahunga. But I just, I don't know. I don't. Sometimes they do stuff that just does not make sense. I think I know somebody who wrestles in this organization. I'm pretty sure I do. A guy who used to work for me when I was in Tahunga, California, or Newport. So you see that lady's just kind of realizing, holy crap, this is like, he's really hurt. She's in the front, like pointing, and that kid's got their phone, or a lady's got their phone aimed at it, like, this is real. Oh yeah, it's real. It's definitely real. You could hear why I cut that sound down. I didn't want to shut it all the way off, but you could hear why I had to turn it down. It was really, really loud. So now you got kids crying. Jeez, it's still loud. Hold on. So he's walking back with blood all over his shirt. They're escorting him clearly. What's going on, Lester? The sound's about to end and it'll come back to normal. What's up, Uncle L? So now he's gone. He's out of the building. Once that sound stops, he's going to start talking again. But they're still filming, which is crazy to me. So now there's a wrestler coming.
Tired of motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them was a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Come on, man. We're leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go.
So the other dude's like, I guess you were trying to get that viral moment. He's out. Obviously, he's mad. It could have been his mic. I don't know. Whatever it was loud. These emotions are wild to me. And again, the chat before this all started were calling him out his name. I've seen his father call him out his name. It's not a good thing to do to men, especially when they're embarrassed, because they're going to react. They almost have to react. And he's clearly emotional. I don't understand why they're filming this, though, because you're just giving evidence to his attitude. And that adds to what he was doing before this all started. It's like, all right, so you now have him saying what he's going to do. Then you have him do it. Then you have him talking crap about it after the fact as if he knows that he's justified in doing it. This is not good. This could be years in prison. It really could be. If it's not a work, I don't believe any of that was a work. Just to be clear, I don't believe any of that was a work. Mel Dove says, I blame Kick as well. They wanted something to happen like this. I mean, obviously they all want views. We just need to know, okay, where does this line stop? Because this is going to change at least the indie industry for a long time, forever. Because they've been getting away with stuff. I cannot believe people have not been unalived over some of the stuff that I've seen. Again, I don't know about this promotion, so I can't say that's this kind of wrestling promotion. But it's wild. How you doing, Miss Eve?
Roger, let's go.
Aaron?
Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit to me. You can't fuck with me, bro.
Let's go.
You can't fuck with me.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, you talk with all your niggas and shit. You ain't talking about yourself, though.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll go. I got you, man. Let's go.
He's saying he was jumped. This is a lot of the stuff they're saying. Like, did you really black out and not understand what happened? You didn't get jumped. And he's like, they even bit me, and he's acting like he's the one surprised. Like he's the one who was done wrong. I don't know if he can make a case that he blacked out. There was report, actually no, it's on video, where he was concussed the day or two before this while he was training. Got kicked in the head really hard. But he's been fully conscious up to this point. I don't know how that's going to play. I really don't know how that's going to play. And it doesn't justify what he just did. 22 times in the face of somebody is brutal. Brutal.
Shut the fuck up.
I know. Get in the car. Get in the car, please. That's why I'm here, man.
Look at this.
No, passenger, bro. Get in the passenger.
He thought he was going to drive. Like, this is so bad. And this doesn't, I don't know why the dude's still recording. I just don't understand this. The camera should have been off when he jumped in the ring, and then you realize that it's real. Turn the cameras off. Because this is insane.
Fucking bitches, bro.
No, I know.
One of them fucking bit me, bro.
No, I was trying to get in there.
The only way I can win is he has you on the
There's
list.
the adrenaline
niggas,
dump,
bro.
I know.
Hello?
Yeah, that's the adrenaline dump. Yeah. So now he's on the phone, and apparently, hold on. Come on now, Ant. Come on, man. Apparently, the person on the other line is AJ, who's the guy with the cowboy hat who introduced him to all this. And just listen what he says.
Hey, where the hell you at? Who told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him? I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off, though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up.
So he said, who told you to double leg him and start pummeling him? And then he said what he said. And he said, I understand that, but they can't wake him up. This is all bad. But remember what the guy said. Who told you to do that? Because later we're going to listen to him tell his story.
He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand.
My
all that.
bad.
You didn't have to fucking take it serious.
All right, I'll call you back later.
He said, my bad. Like, dude, this is not normal behavior. He said, you didn't have to do all that. Like, he's like, my bad. I'll call you back. And he hangs up.
I was unaware.
Now this is him, the guy who was on the phone with him. He's going to give the whole story here. And some of it's consistent. Some of it isn't. Some of it feels like a promo though, which is all this does is murk the waters. It really does. This is insane. And I this is just really, really bad.
That by carrying out what I was told to do, I would then be scapegoated to protect them.
So he went on with CT Fletcher on this podcast to tell his side of the story because he feels like he's being scapegoated on. And it's like, because people online, the MMA community and the wrestling community are calling for him to be charged also. They want Raja charged and they want him charged because they said he was hyping him up before. And they believe, from what I've been reading, and I've read a lot, that he knew that this kid didn't know what was going on and irresponsibly hyped him up to do something. Now, you can't put all the onus on him because that's a grown man who did what he did. I actually, Mel, I'm actually going to go over some New Jack to give context to this because this is not. Anyway.
Okay. Raja gets to the door. The way I come up, you don't name drop. You just spit facts. Y'all can fucking put 2 and 2 together on your own. So, homeboy didn't know that I had spotted a VIP ticket for Raja. Unbeknownst to the production, at the time, the day prior, there was a meeting with myself, Raja, and his pops about beginning a collaboration as they are doing this, what you call this shit they're doing? This live stream shit. Okay. What was that?
It was kick live stream.
Right? Kick. That's what it was.
Yeah, I know all of that. This guy's offsetting all that right now by saying that his father knew he was going to be there. Now, should he have been part of this? No, but none of that excuses what happened. None of it. What's going on, Free J?
Well, it turns out.
Actually, let me read that so people understand what I just said. Ant said, well, if you know the whole story, Rampage Jackson said his son was sparring a few days prior to the incident and may have suffered a concussion. He shouldn't have been there. He definitely was sparring. It's on video. He got kicked in the head and he got punched a few times and they actually got into a real fight. You can see him dazed. You can see the coach is worried about him. Again, then why is he there? Why did you let him go there? Why would anyone give him a VIP there? Did this guy know? I don't know. But Rampage definitely knew because he's the one who told everybody that. But you hear this guy saying, hey, this is part of what we agreed on.
They had millions of followers. This shit was popping. Rampage said to me, you know what?
There you go.
I see you've been working hard to get your name out there, but it's fucking something just ain't clicking. Like, people know who you are, but, bro, like, if you get on this stream shit with us, like, people gonna talk shit. And they did. People gonna talk shit, and, you know, they gonna fucking, they gonna rage bait you and.
So he warned this dude for what his son ended up falling for. They're gonna rage bait you. That's exactly what they did.
All that, you know, just be cool about it, and you know, people, your following will go up, and it did. It really did. So then we started talking about, okay, what if we bring this stream over to Knox Pro? It'll be good for them, and it'll be good for you. Okay. Raja was there on business. Raja wasn't there, and look, that leads me to the can. We'll get to that. Because y'all out here trying to say this whole thing was a work. This whole thing from the jump was a part of a storyline that went wrong. That's bullshit. And for those that this may upset, I'm dealing in facts, right? I'm not going to perpetuate the bullshit that you want me to put out there. Well, I can't say put out there because most of you told me to shut the fuck up and not say anything and let it die out. Raja was a guest. Raja was my VIP. Raja was there for business. I then get Raja to the fucking locker room.
What's going on, Angelo? So he just said Rampage knew all about this. And he brought this man here as his guest, as a VIP guest. Now he's going to walk us through, from his perspective, what happened. Gaming rig together. Oh, October 10th. Yes, sir. Sorry. Taryn told me to get my gaming rig together.
Introducing him to the owner / promoter, whose name I will not mention.
Why?
He knows who the fuck he is, and that's all that matters.
The guy talking is the person who brought Rampage's son to the event. He was the one originally who had the cowboy hat on. He's going to put it back on in this interview. But if you bring a guest, I'm not going to say he's responsible for what the guest did, but it's kind of on you to not hype the man up to get in the ring and do something. If you don't break it down to him exactly what we're doing here. This is what we do here. This is what a receipt is. And he was on video telling the dude to jump in the ring essentially and give receipts, which is a response to the guy hitting him in the head, hitting Raja in the head earlier.
If you want to find out, Google the shit.
Yeah. I'm not the owner or the promoter. Let's make that clear.
So
I'm a talent. Was. Fucks. Introduce him. Now, on my way to introducing him to the owner, I had bypassed several wrestlers, several people, several others that were not talent in that locker room. We're talking about outside the fucking venue, a locker room setup outside. I made it very clear who Raja was from the jump. Yeah. In fact, I introduced Raja before he even fucking walked up into that general vicinity as being the son of Rampage and a live streamer who is currently rolling right now. Rolling? Yeah, his camera's on as he is live right now. Is that okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, Rampage? Oh, yeah. Hey, tell him to bring his dad, too. Get his dad over here. This is great. This is good for us. It's good for business. It'll be good for all of us. Go ahead. Record whatever you want. And tell me if I'm fucking lying. So we get past that. All of that is ascertained. He is there on business or for business. Not to do business in the show, to promote the show, to promote me, to promote himself. It was a cross-collaborative agreement.
No, Sheriff Claire, that's he's one of the wrestlers who brought Raja there. He's not the promoter. The promoter was a Samoan guy who was explaining to Raja that he can get his receipt later and he can do a run-in, slam the guy, and he kind of did that, but then he went way, way, way overboard. The guy talking is just a wrestler who brought him in, who was promoting on Kick with Raja, Rampage Jackson, and himself to try to cross-promote to get him some more subs, followers, and to promote their independent wrestling organization.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. The bullying. I'm not going to expound too much on that because it's very fucking sensitive right now, considering the fact that one of my brothers is currently in the hospital. Yeah, I said it. My brother. He's got the same fucking tattoo on his fucking forearm because he's a cowboy from the fucking 66 Reds, just like myself. Y'all want to suggest that somehow I would set up my own brother? Y'all want to push this fucking narrative that me, not the gimmick, the fucking human being.
Yes, that's a good question. So they made it into a work after the altercation?
After the altercation, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
After the fact.
After.
Now let me get to that. Y'all saw the fucking video. I don't even know why there's like questions about this. It is so cut and dry. It's so obvious. But y'all let these celebrities fucking get on here that you've been marking out for fucking years and just gaslight the fuck out of you. The proof is in the fucking pudding. Yes, he went too fucking far. We don't have to ascertain whether or not he went too far. We're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm going to take you through every fucking experience I had. I'm trying to absolve myself right now of these false allegations. I prompted
or somehow was
attempted accessory. That's a very fucking serious allegation.
AJ said that we no way condone
or unaliving. You can't say that anymore. Unaliving
all the actions of Raja.
No, he was not in the ring. Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina. He said, was that dude in the ring when his brother was getting lit up? No. He's going to say where he was, but that doesn't line up with what with other things he says.
Condone everything he done, but there's more to the story than you know.
That's why this conversation.
Well, there's not much more because they streamed everything. They recorded it all. There's not much more to the story other than what he's saying right here and what the other promoter would say. But we pretty much saw everybody. We saw everybody, what they did, how it all at least was being laid out, how it started, how it finished. There's not that much more to this story.
This is the opportunity that I didn't get, which is why Pops hit me up like, get your ass to my house. Yep. Because I tried. Like I said, I was told to keep my mouth shut. So I tried.
Well, typically, if you're an accomplice to attempted unaliving of somebody, everyone's going to tell you to stop talking because you can make it worse, like he's doing right here. I don't know why he's talking. To me, this makes no sense. CT Fletcher is a very outlandish weightlifter, bodybuilder. He's crazy. Very cool dude, hilarious dude, but you don't take legal advice from CT Fletcher. His thing is motivation. He's overcome some crazy things if you don't know who he is. But he's not the guy I'm going to listen to when I just now watch somebody that I brought to a promotion attempt to unalive somebody. And everyone's blaming me. I'm not going to listen to CT Fletcher and come out and just tell my story. That story's going to be told to my attorneys, and that I'm not even going to tell the police because you have the right to remain silent. This is crazy. He woke up. He's still in the hospital. He has several broken teeth and broken bones in his cheeks and jaw.
Tried to handle it in-house. Most of the entire fucking group is pointing fingers at me saying, that's your boy, you're responsible for it. I am not responsible for what another grown-ass man decides to do.
Mm-hmm. You're not responsible for what he decided to do, but you are responsible for telling him what to go in and do. Whether he did it right or not, you hyped the man up before he went in that ring. You did. So this guy seems like he's just cutting a long promo. And I don't like how that feels because I don't like being worked. I prefer to wonder if something's a work or to just, I don't know if he's good, man. Oh, you're talking about the guy. He's still in prison. He's still in the hospital. He's still in the hospital.
I'm not. If I have a brother who decides to break into someone else's house,
I thought I cut this part
and shit in their kitchen sink.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this. I don't even know why he thought that was smart to talk about. It's just
punch, fucking slam him and keep hitting him until we come in there and pull you off. Now, who the fuck set that up? And you can go watch it for yourself. Like I said, the tape never stopped running. Mm-hmm. Since this is already on film, let's go ahead and use it. Let's make it a part of the show. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, I'll give you a chance to go in on during his match, and you get your lick back. You see, I said receipt. Mm-hmm. I didn't say lick back. Mm-hmm. I said receipt. You know what?
That's why I skipped it. Like, I'm not about to listen to him. Sorry. It was such a bad analogy.
They lick back. I said receipt. You know what a receipt is? Here, I'll do it
in pro wrestling.
I'll do it.
This is not a receipt, by the way.
I'll do it. I will literally give myself a receipt right now. You ready? That's a receipt, bitch.
That's not a receipt. A receipt is getting somebody back who did something to you with about equal force to let them know that this is payback for what you did to me. Going back to the Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar example, Strowman got excited, hurt Brock while he kept telling him to slow down. Brock punched him in the head, about the same force, and said, knock it off. That's a receipt. From that point on, everything went fine because he realized, oh, crap, sorry, I hurt you. I shouldn't have done that. A receipt isn't what he did. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know why he did that. This is why I feel like it's a work. It's really weird. It's just really weird. And I don't think he knew what it is. No, I don't think he knew what a receipt was either. That's why his irresponsibility comes into play. Because at the store, what is a receipt? It is documentation of something that you got from this person. It is a return. That's what it's supposed to be. Or it's a representation of. So he's thinking, well, he hit me in the head. I'm going to hit him in the head. You got to explain stuff to people. You can't assume that he knew what this meant. And when he brought him out, he said, hey, do you remember what a receipt is? You're going to give him a receipt. So maybe he did explain it. I don't know. But this is all, I don't know, this feels like he's working us. And I don't like that feeling.
That's all the fuck I told Roger to do. The only thing I told Roger to do was give him a fucking receipt because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done. The promoter sent me away with Roger to work out the details. Watch the video. I didn't tell him to go beat that man. One punch. Y'all dumb as fuck. After we hashed everything out, they pulled him aside. By the way, that video where I'm telling Roger to fucking hit homeboy, that was a part of the fucking build up to what was about to happen later on in the fucking show. Just so you know. Somebody pulled him aside after and then says to him, and you can fucking get this validated as well. Pulled him aside, some fucking jabroni from the fucking goddamn bullshit production team comes up to him and says, no. Don't just throw one punch. Fucking slam him and keep hitting him until we come in there and pull you off.
Now, if that's true, that's not good. Because you have a non-worker who just got told to keep hitting him till we pull you off. So what is he going to do? He's going to keep hitting him until you pull him off. I'm not making excuses for what the man did. What I'm saying is there's a bunch of people here who knew something. They didn't let this other guy in on it, and they were instructing him based on the assumption that he knew what they knew. And he went out and did something extremely dangerous and could end up in prison for a very long time over it. If the production person told him to do that, that is a problem. That's a big problem. The organization, the wrestling organization, the promoter or the owner, towards the end of this, or at the exact end of this, is going to say something that relates back to this. This could be true. If this is true, he's going to get off on a lighter charge. I don't know if you can get away with what this man did. I don't. But if you say, "Hey, I don't know what this means. He told me to do this. He told me to just keep hitting them until they pull us off. I didn't know they were never going to come get me until punch number 22." It's kind of hard to argue. Now, you're still a grown man. You understand that you're bludgeoning a man and his teeth are coming out of his mouth and he's been out since your slam. So you're still responsible. But this can take away from some of the weight, which is why people are calling for him, this guy here with the cowboy hat, to be charged as well. You're in on this. You're telling somebody and you think they're a smart mark and they don't know what you're talking about. You could tell in the very beginning how quickly he was like, oh, okay. And then shook Syko Stu's hand. He was like, oh, okay. No, I get it now. No, you don't. Nobody explained it to him. I don't know if they ever explained it to him.
Who the fuck set that up? And guess where I was? Nowhere in the fucking building. You know why? Because I was getting ready for my match. I was fucking getting fucking dressed out, getting ready to fucking hit the road for another fucking gig. So I was out of there. I had nothing to do with the show from that point on. When my shit was done, I was out. So for y'all insinuating that I set this shit up, you're fucking wrong.
We got to stop with this kayfabe shit. This is beyond like all this. No
kayfabe is dead. Shut the.
So the whole crowd was complaining that he was breaking kayfabe. It's so stupid. So there's a gap here clearly between ages. You have a bunch of apparently younger people who are upset. They're not worried about the guy who's in a coma, who just lost teeth and has several cracked bones, who's a military vet, has a wife and kid at home. They're not worried about him. They're worried about this guy breaking kayfabe and giving back behind the scenes information. Like, dude, come on, what are we doing? Kayfabe is just keeping in character, not breaking character. The people in the chat are complaining about him breaking character and telling the truth about what goes on behind the scenes. And this goes to show how the chat can impact somebody. Why is he yelling about kayfabe? This dude's interviewing. This guy's got the interview of the month, easily the interview of the month. And he's yelling at the chat about kayfabe. Like, what are we doing here? How dumb are these people? These are the kind of dudes who will be crying at when John Cena turned heel. This is the kind of guy, that guy right there, the black dude, cursing at the people over kayfabe. Come on, what are we doing? Are you serious, dude? You're fighting with the chat about kayfabe when a man almost died in the ring. And this guy's telling you the story and you're arguing with the chat about kayfabe. Insane.
Fuck up. Kayfabe is dead.
Go watch I just finished watching the hour and 45-minute live stream. Before y'all start talking shit, go watch that shit first. And again, nobody.
What you mean, working no kayfabe? What, I'm supposed to kayfabe this shit to protect them? Fuck you. Y'all niggas watching me burn. Y'all talk.
Now he's yelling at the chat. Remember earlier, Rampage said, hey, people in the chats will rage bait you. And here they are falling for it. Both of these men are arguing with the chat about him breaking character after a man was bludgeoned almost to death. Nobody stops to say, oh, wait, why am I arguing with the chat? No, they don't. They just keep arguing with the chat. Not only that, but listen to what this fool says right now to somebody in the chat. Again, we just saw what Raja did to a man, and he was hyped up by the chat. Now this fool is about to crash out against the chat. Don't watch the chat. I frequent a sector. It's called the beef sector on YouTube. Everybody tries to tell you chat is undefeated. Don't watch the chat. Don't argue with the chat. Now, if you're a content creator, you got to read the chat to see what's going on. But when people are trolling you, you got to recognize that and don't do it. Just don't. You have a guy here, again, with the interview of the month at least, maybe interview of the year, and he's arguing with the chat about a wrestler who's breaking character. Why? What are you doing? Listen to what the dude in the cowboy hat says right now, because this is beyond cringe.
Told me to shut up and not say nothing, just so I can fucking get buried. Fuck y'all. No, I ain't shutting up about nothing. I'm telling the whole fucking truth, like it or not. And if you don't like it, pull up, bitch. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Do you hear this, man? So he just saw somebody crash out. This is why he's even on this show. And now he's ready to crash out. God, how stupid can you be? He's ready to crash out now.
Pull up.
So he tells him to pull up. What are you doing, dude? You're up there trying to clear yourself and say, yo, I'm not part of any of this. I'm the rational human being here. I have nothing to do with this. And then you end the interview by yelling at the chat, telling them to pull up. I ain't got nothing to lose. Really? Okay. So now we're back into the regular timeline. Rampage was streaming with Syko, and this is going to be him watching what had just happened because somebody contacted him and said, hey, man, your son just did something really bad. So you're going to see his legitimate reaction here. This is a real reaction. He's not a good actor. That is a real reaction. That is a real reaction. So this is legit. Especially because Syko reacted at the exact same time. They know what they're looking at. That's a legitimate reaction.
I hope it was staged. I hope it's staged because sometimes people do hardcore. Some people do hardcore pro wrestling. Chat. Was that hardcore?
All right. What is hardcore? So Mel and somebody else has brought, I think Lou had brought up a name. When I think hardcore, I immediately think of a guy named New Jack. There are people in this industry, in the independent wrestling scenes, who, yes, he did raise his son. There are people who are crazy, legitimately crazy. I don't know how they lasted in the business. They lasted years, and no one said anything. So I'm going to play a little bit about who this New Jack guy is so you guys can see there is a reason that there are people who don't know whether this is real or not. Some people think it's a work. There's still people who legitimately think it's a work. I saw RVD. One of the only people I've seen outright, him and Sean Strickland, who are they're both crazy, and he outright said that I stand behind you, Raja. I'm like, oh, dude, you're about to get slaughtered on X. Sean Strickland, of course, he's crazy. He's legit crazy too. He shouldn't be walking around on the streets because he's insane, and he's a ticking time bomb. New Jack, I'm just going to play 2 incidences from this guy so you guys can understand that there are people out there who may say, and I don't know anything about Syko. I almost said Sid again. I don't know anything about Syko Stu. I don't know if he's this kind of guy. Doesn't seem that way from everything that I've seen. But if he is, this story may be more complex than we think. So, welcome to New Jack.
Once you've jumped off a 10-foot balcony, what's next? Jump off a 15-foot balcony, then a 20-foot balcony. And at some point, there's no way that this can end well, even if you do it right.
Yeah, you have any favorite dives?
Well, the one that people...
Look at his head. That is from cutting. Now, I won't say normal wrestlers, but old school wrestlers used to keep a blade and they would cut themselves and it would leave these marks. So you'll see guys like Abdullah the Butcher and people like that with all these cuts. They did that themselves. This guy, not only did he do it by himself, but he allowed other men to do this stuff to him. Yeah, this is Dark Side. Yes, Sheriff Clara. Everyone was scared of him, which is why I don't understand why he was allowed to do this for so long. He wrestled for a long time, and he hurt a lot of people. And he should have been in prison several times over wrestling. So this is New Jack. That forehead should say it all.
Always talk about me and Big Grimes.
Imagine Humpty Dumpty with arms and legs as a professional wrestler. That's kind of how he was shaped. You know what I'm saying?
Even the guy who was just saying that, his name is Sandman. He's insane. There are legitimate people in this business who are crazy. There's no way, Taryn, they would never allow somebody like him in. Not only was he crazy, but like I said, he was dangerous. This man was literally trying to unalive people in the wrestling ring. Legit. Not joking. Well, he thought it was funny. You're about to see. Let me just play it and shut up.
Couldn't hurt the guy.
Vic Grimes wanted to be run over with cars. He wanted to be hit with things. He thought that was what wrestling was.
In the year 2000, Vic Grimes is booked to wrestle New Jack in a match featuring a dangerous climax.
When we climbed up on top of the scaffold, it was shaking. Vic was like, I can't do it. It's too high. Now, we on pay-per-view. There's no time for error. I said, Vic, let's go on 3.
He's Jack. I can't do it. I said, you, we going on 3.
No. You don't understand, Sheriff. Mel is not lying. I'm going to show it. It was not an act. It was not a joke. He was dead serious. Pardon the pun. So you hear people say, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. It's predetermined. But you tell the guys that this man was wrestling that it's fake.
I said 1, 2, 3, and I pulled him. He did this flip, and his back landed up against the side of my head, and I cracked my skull. I never recovered from that. I broke my leg. I lost my sight in my right eye. To this day, I get headaches every day, and I have insomnia because I cracked my skull. Vic, see, this is all your fault, you dumb. That's one of Jack's rules. Don't say you're going to do something and get up there and chicken out. Jack's kind of guy that if you break those rules, well, then he'll probably break you.
A year after the
and see, that's to me, that's the biggest problem in wrestling. And you should watch Dark Side. It's not, well, it is all dark. But you have guys like D'Lo who knew the guy. Nobody ever said anything like, hey, maybe you shouldn't try to unalive people. They kind of laughed it off as if it was all a joke. And I don't understand. This one, he always bothered me because he was the most dangerous. Of all the wrestlers, nobody was more dangerous than this guy. And you're gonna see why. Now you don't have to watch him. There's a show called Dark Side that talks about all different wrestlers, and you can see how really crazy the business is and dangerous the business is and what it does to their bodies and how they end up after they're done wrestling. But here we go. This is the rematch between Grimes and New Jack.
horrific fall that cracked open his skull, New Jack agrees to a rematch with Vic Grimes with even higher stakes. What Grimes doesn't know is that New Jack is out for revenge.
Before the match, I went to a pawn shop and bought a stun gun.
But yeah, I was there with New Jack, and he told me he was going to do it before it happened to us out.
What did he want to have happen?
He told me he was going to taste him.
In the locker room, he came up to me. I was ready to kill him. He said, I'm sorry. I said, you didn't even call me. I stayed at home for almost a year. You didn't even call me to see how the I was doing.
This is you'd be amazed at Jake the Snake's story. Just because he made it to WWE, WWF, his father was a legitimate demon. Evil as a human being can get. He went through so much in his life. He became a horrible drug addict. Jake the Snake just squeaked through, and he didn't try to hurt people, but he is one of the worst stories in wrestling. If you find out about his father, oh man, it does not get worse than his father. Jake the Snake's father was an evil man, and he was a promoter with a lot of money, and nobody said anything. That man. So yeah, he made it big time, but he had more demons than anybody.
It's the highest elevation of any match in the history of our sport.
Bro, I mean, I was high. You know what I mean? I was high as a so I just tased him. I tased him. He's like, Jack, I can't feel my legs. I said, you ain't gonna need them. Bombs away.
Insane.
Vic was a foot from missing the ring completely, which would have him. I wanted him to hit the floor. I just didn't throw him hard enough. Insane. I was trying to throw his ass to the floor. So we don't piss Jack off, because a fight's never over until Jack says it's over.
I can't believe he didn't die.
It's the luck of fools that this guy was not at least paralyzed. And I don't think Jack was particularly broken up about it.
I climbed down off of the gavel and I went up to him. And when he was laying in the ring, I told him, I said, now we even, you.
Big Grimes is gonna need medical attention.
Could you have got him for attempted? I don't know. I mean, I think throwing some off a scaffolding kind of is right on that line.
We get in the ring.
So that was one of the worst stories. This is probably the worst story in the history of wrestling, MMA, boxing, all of them. This is the worst. And I can't feel my legs. You ain't gonna need them. And he threw the man off. He was trying to throw him past the ring, past the tables, bombs away. Insane. And this man was allowed to keep wrestling. And nobody knew when he was going to do something like this because in his head, oh, I can get revenge on this person, this person, this person, and this person. This is a guy who had never wrestled before and wanted to wrestle New Jack, and he was offended that the guy wanted to wrestle him. So you're about to see what he did to this guy. This is insane. This is so crazy. I can't believe I was able to find this on YouTube. I really can't. But because it was on there, I figured I should be able to use it because somebody else used it. And it was in a couple places. It is terrible. It's beyond terrible. It's evil. And he's laughing about it.
Scaffolding kind of is right on that line.
We get in the ring, we lock up, he punched me in the eye. He punched me in the jaw. And I grabbed him and we hooked up. He tried to pick me up and dump me, and I had a blade, about an 8-inch blade in my pocket, in my pants, and I pulled it out and I started stabbing him. And they said I stabbed him 14 times. And
See him doing it.
Stabbed him 14 times. I stabbed him 9. It was 9. It's on the tape. It was 9. Well, cops came. I went to jail. He asked me. He came out of jail. He said, if you would train me, I'll drop the charges. I said, it's done.
He's laughing.
I said, you are trained, bro. He said, you take me on the road with you? I said, done. Clean my front seat out tomorrow. Went to court, charged the drop. I got the fuck out of Florida. Ain't been back since. Fuck him. First of all, he ain't had no business being in the ring with me. All right? This is not celebrity wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you get in there and get your jollies off because you've been watching me on tape all your life. Would I do it again? Yeah, I do it again. I'll stab the shit out of somebody else again if that shit happened to me again in the ring. Do I feel bad about stabbing him? No. Should he have died? Yeah. I'm glad he didn't, but it is what it is. That's what happened. I take my job very serious.
And he says that.
What's going through your head when something like that's going on?
Run, nigga, run!
This is evil. You're
Crank
looking
the
at
car
evil.
up and get the hell on. Bruh, I was thinking 95 North or 10 West. I just want to get the hell out. Other than listening to that knife sliding in and out of his flesh, it didn't bother me one bit. I was sticking the shit out of him. And each time it made the same noise. Hope I got bond money.
That man is evil. There are crazy people in the business, and in his mind, he just punched me. He shouldn't even be in the ring with me. He just hit me and now he's trying to dump me. I'm gonna hurt him. Why did he have a knife on? He passed away he was very sick. He passed away a few years ago. Very sick human being. But you see other people laughing about it. You see Sandman laughing. I'm sure if Tommy Dreamer was on here, I'm sure if even RVD, all these people, this was to them funny. It's normal. Nobody reported him to the police. He came to agreement with the guy to drop the charges, and then, well, if you train me, take me on the road, I'll drop the charges. Dude drops charges, he leaves. Never trains him. He didn't hold up his end of the bargain. The dude was insane. A guy named Abdullah the Butcher, another one, insane. There are. Why Rampage said, I hope that this is a extreme type of thing. There's a reason for it. He's hoping that the guy let him hit him, even though it looks sick to any human being who watches it. He's hoping that Syko Stu was like that. No, Mel, no. So he's hoping that it's a situation where the wrestler said, just hit me. And, Big Show, there's a guy named Big Show, 7 foot tall. They say he's like 7'3" or whatever they say. Every year it went down because bigger wrestlers started showing up. Then I think he's like 6'11", whatever. His name's Big Show. He allowed Floyd Mayweather to punch him. And because he wanted it to look real, and there's no way you can have Mayweather do anything to Big Show and have it believable. So he allowed him to legit hit him. When Rampage said, I hope this was that kind of situation, that's what he was talking about. I hope this guy let him do this. Even though it looks sick to all of us, there are a lot of sick things that happen on the small indie scene that you wouldn't believe. There are people who hit each other with barbed wire bats. They wrestle on top of tacks. They wrestle on top of barbed wire. They go through fire. Really recently, even in AEW, there's a guy who used to go by, well, I don't know. What does he go by now? What does Dean Ambrose go by now? I forget his real name. There's a guy who used to wrestle in WWE. He allowed another guy to stick skewer sticks in his forehead, and they were hanging out of his forehead. I don't know what he goes by now. I don't watch AEW. Like the wooden skewers, they were sticking out of his forehead. They were stuck in his head. I don't know why these guys do this kind of stuff. There is a crowd for this. So when Rampage is hoping that, he's thinking, man, please let this be a situation like that. Moxley, yeah, John Moxley. Like, there's so many incidences where you'll see these guys getting hurt, and you're like, there's no way they meant to do that. Yeah, they meant to. On glass, there's a guy named Sabu who would do absolutely anything. He would do. So it's not out of question. And there were a lot of people who were mad when Rampage said that. And I saw that, and they're like, come on, man. I understand why he said that. Because they're like, there's no way. No, there is a way. Yeah, R.I.P. Sabu. There's no way that he would. There is a way, and it is possible. And Terry Funk, yep. And Mankind before he was Cactus Jack for sure. So it's totally feasible, especially from a father. Coming from a father, he's praying that the last hope possible is that this is that situation and my son's not about to be put away forever. This right here is his response after that, where he's trying to explain, and it sounds like the AJ Mana dude, or Mana, whatever his name is, broke the story down, but it wasn't exactly how it went down. So you're going to hear him now give a story. It's not fully accurate, but he's a father, and I understand why he's saying what he's saying. I can't imagine feeling this. I can't imagine my son growing up and doing something so dumb. And I understood this, but a lot of people were mad when he said that line about, I hope this is part of their story. Because there was, I mean, even wrestlers, there was a lot of them like, there's no way that's real, like that it's not real. I don't know. Really? Have you watched all the old Extreme stuff that they used to do? They still do it now. I don't know.
I'll tell y'all what happened. This is what happened, Chad. He went to a pro wrestling event with his coach. Those pro wrestlers, they be just as crazy as MMA guys, right? The pro wrestling guy don't know my son, and he hit him over the head with like a can or a beer can or a bottle or something. And my son didn't know it didn't know it was coming. Didn't know. They didn't tell my son. And he hit my son over the head. I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. And Roger didn't react, but Roger didn't fight though. He didn't do anything because I told Roger not to get punched, but still hit my son over the head. And then he asked my son, you ain't gonna sell it? When you in pro wrestling, when you sell, it's like, because that shit fake. MMA, we do real shit. And he said, you ain't gonna sell it? So when you don't sell it, it make the other pro wrestler look bad, like he weak or something. But my son, he don't know nothing about that shit. So this motherfucker that hit my son is stupid. So in order for me not to go to fucking jail, I got to talk to his coach. Yeah, Roger wasn't aware. Roger didn't know what was going on. He just thought he was going and talking to those dudes. That's some fucked up ass shit, man. These motherfuckers playing on, they fuck my son. They playing with my motherfucking DNA. They playing with my motherfucking name. I'm the only motherfucker that can fuck with my son. Nobody else on this fucking planet better fuck with my motherfucking son. Now, he's safe. He told me he's safe. But I saw exactly what happened from that clip. That W Cal Cocktails was sending me that clip so fast. Your motherfuckers playing on my motherfucking name. They playing my motherfucking DNA. Man, I will go there and I'll fuck up all the motherfucking pro wrestlers over my motherfucking son. All of them. All of them. My son ain't no motherfucking pro wrestler. He don't know how to sell that shit. He don't know how to do none of that shit. We MMA fighters. We get dirty for real. We don't sell shit. We don't give you nothing. We don't give you a goddamn thing. You got to get what you earn in my motherfucking sport. We don't play that motherfucking shit. We do motherfucking real alphas. We ain't pretending around this motherfucker. And you motherfucker come with my son, y'all got to go through me first. Come meet me at the motherfucking gym. Don't with my motherfucking bloodline.
All right, now anyone else says it, I think they're working, and I don't take him seriously. I take him very seriously. That is a dangerous man. That's a bad dude. He was, but he's still, to the average man, no, he's dead serious. I understand his reaction because that's his son. And if the story went down the way he just explained it, it's justified. He was, Lou, he was dead serious. He was dead serious. And anybody who knows him, he's a jokey kind of guy. He was serious. Everybody needs to if he starts talking like that, you got to take him serious. You have to. Because that's not his personality. He jokes. And when he kind of talks like that and he's joking, you can tell there's a completely different aura that comes off of him when he's joking and talking like that. Like there's a guy named Ariel Hawani who was he does interviews. He's like a journalist for MMA. He jokes with him and you can tell. So he'll say the same words, but you can tell that it's he's joking. He's not taking it serious. And he doesn't really pick on people smaller than him. So that wouldn't it just, you can tell he was dead seriously. He got heat for saying that because the story was wrong, but people are ignoring, well, how is he supposed to know the whole story if he's not there? He got the same videos everyone else had access to, which is why I did not talk about this yesterday. I wanted to see more. The dude didn't do that CT Fletcher interview yet. That was important. I wanted to hear what he had to say. I didn't know he was going to do it. I was like, oh, cool. There's a whole interview now. I like getting more information before going out, just giving random opinions. So it's unfortunate. So this is the statement that he gave. I want to clear up misinformation about my son. It's not. But again, he's getting heat over defending his son. I don't understand why people. It's his son. What is he supposed to do? I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Syko Stu, is awake and stable. Roger was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before the match. So again, he did not get the proper information because there was plenty of time between that incident and what happened. But he doesn't know. He's not there. So I can't fault him for having the wrong information. Anyway, right before Smith's match, Roger was told that he could get his payback in the ring. This is true. I thought it was part of the show. It was bad judgment and the work and that went wrong. Roger is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and he had no business involved in an event like this, which I agree. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. Everyone thought this was a lie or thought he was trying to whatever, but they played the footage. It is legit. You see the coach's concern. He got kicked in the head. They were punching. It was bad. Which further gives weight to what he's saying when he said he shouldn't have been in there. What are you doing? He really should not have been there because I'm not even going to go over the story of Chris Benoit because we're not sure if what he did was over concussions, but people they can snap from concussions, or if it's believed to be from concussions. There are a lot of things that can happen. But, that was a clean kick to the head. Shin to his head, right in the head. So he was definitely concussed. There's nothing wrong with him putting out this X post. And to me, there's nothing wrong with him putting out the video that he put out because that's what he believed at the time. Even though most of it's true, it's not 100% accurate. And this post actually got community noted. And just, come on. I don't know. Anyway, as a father, I'm deeply concerned with this, with his physical health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset any of this happened. But my main concern now is that Mr. Smith I will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for this situation, because obviously they have to be worried about Kick, because that's where I mean, they've become very big streamers on Kick, him and his son. This is where what's his name was left off, Syko Stu, and I don't. This is how that match ended, which is really more disturbing. While they're holding back Raja, they still didn't break kayfabe. That is beyond cringe. That is beyond cringe, because it shows me as a promotion, you didn't permit or prepare for any kind of emergency. Did you really have to do that? Did you really have to pin the guy? Who are you selling for now at this point? It just shows me that the organization is tacky, like really, really tacky. And they drug him over. Let me turn this down. They drug this man over to the side of the ring and are slapping him on his back, asking him to wake up. You don't move somebody in that situation. This is, again, part of the independent scene is they don't have the same kind of stuff that WWE has, or even AEW. They have at least some money to have ambulance somewhere near, fire department somewhere near, who can react to this stuff. Dragging a man unconscious over to the side of the ring and slapping him on his back. Ugh. This is going to change a lot of things. Yeah, no stretcher, no EMTs. They're not mobilizing because they drug him over to the corner. This is horrible, horrible, horrible. This is going to change. I believe this is going to change the independent scene for a very long time. Very long time. He tried to keep fighting. Ugh, that's the worst break I've ever seen. Mel's talking about a guy named Psycho Sid, or Sid Vicious, whatever his name was at the time. He snapped his leg. He jumped off the rope, landed, and his leg just wobbled. It was horrible, horrible, horrible injury. Horrible injury. But you got to bring somebody out and a professional slapping him on his back, saying, "Wake up, Oos." You could be hurting him. You don't even know what's wrong with him. He got knocked out before he even got hit. Horrible, 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 horrible story all around. This is him now. Well, as of around noon, I didn't really check anything after noon because I was putting the video together. There's been no updates other than that LAPD is investigating.
Ringing, I'm breaking it up.
Now, this is the guy who broke it up. The guy who was able to somehow not get taken down from a double leg shot and double underhook. So he's clearly a good wrestler.
And he shoots a fucking double leg on me. By the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being fucking hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye after we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was.
There was an angle where you could see he headbutted Raja really good. I was like, oof. I'm surprised he didn't break his nose. But that's what he's talking about. He headbutted him. That was rough. But he earned that. He deserved that.
Tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu.
The most disgusting.
That's why I was saying he's lucky he didn't get taken down, and he did that was the only reason I was talking about that. Like, man, he did a good enough sprawl to not get taken down, and then when he had the double underhooks, I was like, oh, he's in trouble. But he managed to stay up, it could have saved his life. So if you got boys, put them in jiu-jitsu, put them in wrestling. They can learn these little things that can save your life. Because I believe if he got him down, he would have done something very, very similar. Yeah, adrenaline Adrenaline ain't going to keep you up because the other guy has adrenaline too, and he could have gotten him down. They could have gotten ugly for both of them, which is scary. So this is the last video I have, but I want you guys to listen to what they say because this is crazy. Go back just a little bit. This is crazy. But this is about the wrestling organization now.
The best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu.
The most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell.
And what you were seeing on that, on the bottom was the actual messages of them saying, don't talk to law enforcement, and all the people, like you said, saying, yes, sir. I believe there were a lot of things in there that were work. I don't think Rampage understood that his son was made aware that he could go in and do the things he did. I think the can thing was all a work, because there's no way that guy is going to allow somebody to grab something, touch him on the head, and then hit him with it. I don't see that. I don't see any MMA fighter allowing that, or wrestler, or anybody who's ever even been in a fight more than once. You're not just going to stand there and do this while somebody's hitting you. I believe all of that was a work, and I believe he took it way too far. And he got deadly dangerous and let a chat get to him. And I don't see any other way this could have went down, or all that could have happened. I just don't see it. And there's an issue. Why haven't the police arrested him? That's the biggest thing here for me, the biggest indicator that there's something going on here. Because the police should have already had him in cuffs and locked him up. Because on something like that, you don't need the guy to cooperate. Because I see a lot of places saying, well, they're just waiting for Stu to become conscious and coherent enough to decide if he wants to press charge. Yeah, he's still free. He's still walking around. That's why I'm like, you're telling me with all the footage they have, they streamed or recorded absolutely everything that's happened here. You're telling me that they don't have enough to lock him up? In a situation like this, you don't need consent of the victim, or the alleged victim, or the complaining party. You don't need them anymore. This is way, 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 way beyond that. What he did was way beyond that. What it tells me is, between those people not cooperating, LAPD does not know if it was a work. Even while investigating, they've been investigating since yesterday afternoon. It's 9 p.m. Central Time. Almost 2 full days after, because this happened the night before. So we're going on 48 hours and no arrest? Do they think it's a work? Were they told it was a work? Is Stu not cooperating? Is he saying, no, I'm not going to press charges like that guy did who got stabbed 9 times by a psychopath? He didn't press charges. I don't know Stu. Is he crazy? Is he one of those crazy wrestlers who would say, yeah, just hit me, man, don't worry about it? I don't know him. I don't. It's hard to believe that there are people out there like that, but I just showed you that there are people like that. There's a lot of them. I don't think he's one of them, because I haven't seen, like I said, any indication that he's like that. But Raja's still walking around free. I heard somebody's trying to sue Rampage or trying to sue somebody. And so this is why I said, once you get to attempted unaliving, you don't need consent or you don't need the other guy to press charges. The state will do it. That's, you tried to unalive a guy in front of the world. Everyone can see it, it's clear as day. Or somebody convinced them, the police or the detective, that it's a work. Or they're just waiting. There's only three options. There's only three options. One, he's not cooperating. So Stu's not even gonna, he's not even telling them whether or not it was a work. So he's not cooperating at all, which leaves suspicion to that this is all part of the story. I don't know if that's the case, and I don't even know if he's conscious or cognizant enough to be able to do that yet. So they may be just waiting. That's one option. Option number two, it is a work. And they did their investigation and it's concluded and they're just not going to do anything about it. And option number three is they don't know, the investigators don't know if they can press charges. And that's going to be really bad because there's petitions out there to lock this to lock this kid up, this guy, to lock him up, to lock up the promoter, to lock everybody up. And as long as they don't cooperate, that's really not enough because they have it all on video. That's what makes it suspicious. Like, you have everything you need. You shouldn't need anything else to lock him up. Makes me think it'll work. I don't believe that, but it is an option no matter what anybody tells you, no matter what anybody says, no matter how outraged people act when you suggest that it's not real. It can be real and not real at the same time. We've seen that. Not to this degree, not as blatant as this, but I don't know, man. It's very likely this could be settled out of court. Option 4, it's not a work, but Rampage pays the victim in the back to not press charges, like kick use. Yeah. Everyone was talking, and you see people online arguing and fighting, like the backlash that some people are getting for saying that this might not be, real. However you want to describe real. People who know wrestling know that that's a very blurred line. We watched Triple H wrestle with a torn quad. We watched Vince McMahon not break character after tearing both quads. Like, these dudes will do crazy stuff. We watch people get thrown off of cages. We've seen that and this is WWE, the cleanest one of all. We watched Mick Foley essentially dive off the top of a cage. And then we watch another time him get chokeslammed through a cage, fall all the way down and land on his back. And his tooth came through his nose. Like, we've seen people who are willing to do stuff. I don't know if Stu was like that. I don't. If anyone wants to hit the link and give me their opinion, it's pinned. But this is not as clear cut. Yeah, they continue the pay-per-view, and this happened. A man was coming down, his cable wasn't latched properly, and he fell from the top of a stadium all the way into the ring. And he hit the turnbuckle on his way down. Unalive. They finished. They finished the show. Now, at least they acknowledged it, because normally they wouldn't even acknowledge it. They acknowledged it because they realized how serious it was. They finished the show. Then they had a show the next day, which was a dedication to him. Or back then, I think it was Saturday shows or Sunday. Whatever it was, the next day or the day after, they did a whole show. Yep, we saw a man have a heart attack on screen while he was broadcasting. He started mumbling, saying something. We didn't know what he was saying. Boom, heart attack. They continued. They pull him out, replace him with somebody else, finish the show. Wrestling is cold. It really is. Yeah, I think Lawler was already out there, unless it was with Cole and then Lawler came out. No, yeah, Lawler's the one who had the heart attack. Yes. Jim Ross had a stroke, but I don't think that happened. Yeah, I don't think that happened on screen. That happened at home. Yes. It was King. He started mumbling something, and they just moved him off and brought him back. Yeah. Sorry, but yeah, wrestling can be very, very cold. So when people say it's not real, okay, yeah, okay. Okay. I mean, how do you argue with somebody who's saying something like that after you've seen what we've seen? It makes them sound so ignorant. It's almost a waste of time to try and convince them because they've decided, it's fake. I've never seen a wrestler not have something wrong with them by the end of their careers. You saw how Hogan was walking. He was about 4 inches shorter than he was. He could barely move his knees. You see, if you watch Dark Side, you'll see what these guys go through when they retire. Don't tell me it's not real. When people say that, I ask them, "What do you mean by real?" And then they think I'm joking or they think I'm trying to get out of the conversation. I'm really not. I want to know what do you mean by real? Because I can give you a dozen stories. And then they'll say, "Well, yeah, but." Okay, so is that real or? Anyway, if no one's going to come up, I'm going to start thanking everybody. Lou Jenkins, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mel Dub, thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming up, man. Very, 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 very. You're very missed in the sector, even though I still see you in KB's chat sometimes. Taryn, thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming over. All the wrestling fans, I appreciate you guys. KMC, thank you, young lady, for coming. Sheriff Clara, I know you're never going to watch anything with wrestling again. I appreciate you for stopping by here, though. Anthony, he's one of the younger wrestling fans. He's a new generation fan. I appreciate you for stopping by. G. Will, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Who else was in here? Who else? Lester. Lester's a wrestling fan. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Thank you very much. I already said King Outlaw. Miss Highly Favored. I didn't even see you pop in. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for stopping by. Angelo, thank you, sir. Mr. Bob Dabalina. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. Is that everybody? Thought I saw. Oh, Free J. There you go. I knew I saw Free J. Free J's the man. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let's see. Miss Just J was here. Thank you for stopping by. Miss Eve, thank you, young lady. Uncle L was in here. Thank you. Appreciate everybody. Weird situation. I'll do updates, but if I do an update, it's going to be in a video form because I don't know if I can do a whole nother live because whatever happens is not going to be. It's going to be very cut and dry unless they let him go and find out something really crazy was going on. But most likely he's got to get charges on him if it's real. If he doesn't get charges, I just don't. That means they're gonna determine that it was some kind of work. I don't know. It would be too obvious. John Thompson wasn't here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Roy Lee, thank you. Also, who else? That everybody? Lou came in at the very beginning. Thanks, man. Oh, Henry was in here. Henry Caldwell. Appreciate you. Frank, Big Frank Nitty, Chi-Town. Thank you, sir. Think it was a setup? You think they set him up? What's the motivation? What would be the motivation to set him up? What would be the motivation? Oh, I'm definitely going to be covering the Chicago thing because I didn't think he was going to do that. Mel was just saying I need to cover Chicago and Pritzker. Yeah, I'm definitely going to cover that. They're telling him he's not welcome. All right. Because I got a lot of videos of people from Chicago who are saying the opposite. So you think the wrestling organization set up Raja? For what, though? They couldn't know that he was going to do something like that. Think they thought they were going to get a bag from Rampage? I don't know, man. there are a lot of bigger targets than Rampage if you're going to do something crazy like that. You're going to try to get a current wrestler in there or MMA guy in there. I don't know. Let me make sure I'm not ignoring anybody over here. Nope. No, I am not. With that said, said he was going to hit the link. It's not too late if you wanted to hit it. If not, I'm going to shut this thing down. Going once, going twice. All right, everybody. I'm O Speaks. Like, share, subscribe, like I said before. And with that said, I am out. Thank you all again. Appreciate you.